Welcome to Kraken's Garage. I'm your host, Eric. Today we're going to install Tab Performance Muffler slip-ons, also a Screamin' Eagle Stage 1 air filter, and then do a follow-up video with an install of the tuner and how we're going to handle the software upload and set it up specifically for my Harley Roadster. Got some great news. I took out a post office box and I'll throw the address up on the screen. If there's any fan mail or anything that you would like me to share on my videos, I'll be glad to do so. But you can send it to this P.O. box, and I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to do sound bites. The sound quality on the GoPro and how it shows up on YouTube is usually pretty poor, but we'll do some sound bites of what the bike sounds like with the stock muffler, and then after we install the pipes. I chose Tab Performance Mufflers. I spent about 45 minutes on the phone with Casey Flantz. He answered all my questions in detail, and we'll talk about why I made that decision and the ramifications, some of the ramifications of that decision. Particular pipes I went with, keeping with the theme of the blacked out, murdered out look on my bike. I went with the blacked out slip-ons and a chrome polish, looks like billet. I'm not sure on that, I'll have to double check. Beautifully machined tips here. I don't know if you can see it. Just amazing. And you can take a look and see the baffle inside has kind of a twisted effect going down through the pipe. Why I chose Tab is because they're performance based. They're not focused. They're narrow focused on getting the best pound for pound, dollar for dollar performance out of your bike. And they started back in 2004, I want to say with a V-Rod, and started making pipes, and they've been going out ever since. They're out of Lincoln, Nebraska. They're super genuine, good, small company people that will take the time out of their life to sit down and answer your questions, get you where you're trying to go with your bike. Vance & Hines is predominantly the king of the hill regarding pipes for Harleys. I have a set of long shots on my Wide Glide. We're trying something different this time. I watched on YouTube a couple of videos and I really like what I heard. And what I'm looking for in a pipe is something that has a bark to it when you romp on it, but quiet enough to leave the neighborhood without causing civil unrest within the neighborhood. Those of you that choose your pipes, try to be responsible if you can. What your actions reflect on all of us, so bear that in mind. The pipes came double boxed, very well wrapped in a bag, and then inside that bag, it's also wrapped in cellophane about 20 times. So very well packaged. Quite pleased with my pipes getting here, absolutely in flawless condition. From the time I ordered it to the time it hit my doorstep, coast to coast, 2 days. So in the middle of COVID-19, they are getting the job done. 2 thumbs up for Tab on that. For the tuner I'm going to use the Dynajet PV2B, which Casey recommended, and from what I've read, you can really fine-tune your bike and get the maximum performance out of your bike. Their software is super easy to use. I'm not a tech in this area. I don't have a dyno to check out the numbers. I'll take it into my shop and maybe get them to run the numbers for me, see what they come up. If so, I'll share a video on that. This is going to be a little more involved, so I'll probably do a second video on the install of this. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is remove the muffler heat shield. These are just your standard muffler clamps. Then it kind of slips out from right underneath this heat shield here, so you got to kind of wiggle it a bit. Good to go. The Tab Performance Mufflers come in 3 different levels. One is Zombie, which is a super loud. Not the one I was interested in. And the next is a 2¼ inch louvered baffle which is their medium. And then they have a quiet version, which is 1 3/4 inches. Whoops. There's a heat shield within the heat shield. Okay, there's 2 more bolts located right here. These are 1/2 inch. By the way, the bolt on the top to release the up top was 9/16. With a little luck, this should slide right off. Okay, we want to gently slide this. I'm going to use some blue Loctite on these, just to be sure. I put some blue Loctite on just to make sure that everything stays where it should be over the duration of time. Let's start reinstalling our muffler shields, heat shields. In the near future, Harley makes blacked out muffler heat shields. I'll order a set of those and put them on to keep in the theme of the bike, of where I'm going with the bike. The install took a lot more filming than I thought it was going to take, so I'm going to have to break this up into 3 parts video. Today's video is just going to be the install of the pipes. Next video will be the Stage 1 Screaming Eagle air filter, and the third one will be the tuner and getting that properly set up for the bike. This job is a little fiddly. On a scale of 1 to 3 mullets, I would give this one a 2 mullet on difficulty. It's not all that hard, just a little fiddly to get everything lined up so that your screws line up. Take your time, don't push it. Those muffler shield clamps will scratch any surface they touch, so be careful handling those. Just gingerly place each one on and get it where you want it to be before you tighten them down. Make sure you use Loctite. One thing I wanted to mention, 3 screws. 1 screw, this tip removes, or end cap, billet end cap, and it is chrome billet, I did check. 2 more screws and the baffle removes. So if you don't like the middle grade and you want to go louder with the zombies later on down the road, for 80 bucks you can call up Tab, order new inserts, they slide right out, 2 screws, slide back in, and you're off and rolling. You want to quiet it down, same thing. I think that's really a killer idea, having that component type idea behind the muffler, and being able to adjust it to your environment or as you see fit, rather than buying a set of pipes and saying, all right, I'm committed on it, and that's it. Otherwise, I got to buy another set of pipes. So, very cool stuff there. Honestly, the fit and finish is absolutely spectacular. I highly recommend Tab Performance. regarding quality, fit, and finish. I don't know about longevity. We'll put a bunch of miles on my Roadster and see how they do once I get her all tuned up. And I'm very happy with the outcome so far. So there's part one. Okay. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button down in the corner, and I'll see you in the next one.